Hey there, TV fans. Welcome to my the worst episode ever. Look at that graphic. All right, this is where I dive into the depths of television history to unearth the most cringe-worthy, face-palming, inducing episodes of all time, our favorite shows. And this one is really sad on the IMDb ratings meter. Taking a trip back to the 50s, or the 70s version of the 50s, with the iconic sitcom Happy Days. And no, it's not the literal jump the shark episode. This is worse. Paul here. I'm an actor and former radio announcer. Now, before we jump into today's disaster, let's talk about Happy Days for a second, huh? This show was great. Ran for 255 episodes, 74 to 84. Gave us the coolest of the cool, the Fonz, and of course Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham. But folks, not every day in Milwaukee was happy. And today, we're going to look at one of the unhappiest days of all. Our episode, Season 7, Episode 2, titled Chachi Sells His Soul. Now buckle up, because this plot is wilder than Howard's hair after a frisky night. So our boy Chachi's struggling with being young, and he wishes to be more sophisticated, taken more seriously. Who doesn't? Enter a mysterious stranger who overhears and offers Chachi a deal. Sign the dotted line and he'll be the next Brad Pitt. Or maybe the first one, depending on whatever timeline we're talking about. All right, anyway, Chachi, being the genius he is, signs without reading the fine print like they did in Willy Wonka.
Fonz,
Yeah?
I sold my soul to the devil.
You're not only warm and wonderful, you're hysterical.
Suddenly, he's the toast of Milwaukee, cooler than a brass Fonz in winter. But the plot twist, the stranger turns out to be the devil's nephew, Melvin. Yeah, you heard that right. The devil has a nephew, and he's hanging out in Milwaukee with Chachi, and his name Melvin. All right, as Chachi basks in his newfound talent, Fonzie starts to suspect something's up. Well, Chachi tells him. He confronts the devilish dude, challenges him to a contest of sorts. If Fonzie wins, Chachi's soul goes free. If he loses, Fonzie's is forfeited too. The contest? Fonzie not kissing a girl for 24 hours. Oh, the humanity. In true Happy Days fashion, yes, Fonzie saves the day, his non-kissing skills at work, and Chachi learns a valuable lesson about making deals with supernatural beings. All's well that ends well, right? Well, now you can guess why this episode might have earned the title Worst Episode Ever, possibly, according to IMDb rankings. I bet you have. Hey, first I'd like you to hit that notification bell and like this video. It would help me out. All right, first off, the plot, it's more far-fetched than Fonzie's water skiing over the shark, really. And that did happen, yes, 2 seasons before this. Yeah. All right, and the show was known for its nostalgic portrayal of 1950s America, but this episode feels more like a fever dream than a trip down memory lane. And yeah, by season 7, Happy Days has already started to decline. The show had shifted focus from Richie and Fonzie to pretty much just Fonzie, and the storylines were getting increasingly outlandish to keep viewers interested. This episode might have been the tipping point for many fans who missed the more grounded early seasons, is what I'm saying. And the whole dealing with the devil trope, well, might have been a bit too much for a family sitcom. Happy Days was supposed to be, well, happy. You know, throwing in supernatural elements and soul-selling probably didn't sit well with the show's core audience. There's a particularly cringy scene at the end, seen right here, when Chachi's talking to Al and Richie, who's dressed as the devil for a party, right? Chachi says he's just a kid. Then to prove his point, he skips out of Arnold's. Yeah. Chachi sells his soul as a prime example of a show jumping the shark. Again, it's a reminder that sometimes even our favorite shows can take a wrong turn and end up in TV hell. But hey, at least it gives us something to talk about, something to cringe about. The worst episode ever. Maybe. Do you think it was the worst? Maybe you liked it. I'm not going to judge. Let me know. Please subscribe to this channel for more worst shows. Wait, that didn't sound right. All right, that's all for today, folks. Remember, always read the fine print. Never make deals with mysterious strangers. Unless they're Fonzie or maybe Mork.